Good morning, guys. It's been a little while since my latest upload. God's been having me work on some other things, namely writing up a little testimony mini book, and He told me to primarily focus on that for the last 3-4 weeks ish. And He was really pushing me to hurry up and get it out, so that's what I was focusing on. But and then this morning, as I was in prayer, I was acutely he stressed to make a video about this topic and kind of keep you guys updated on on how that goes. As you can tell by the title, it's let's see what it's about, right? So a little bit first before we get into the detail specifics. Hindsight is always 2020. See, this puzzle piece didn't make any sense to me. I didn't see it that way. But now, of course, I do. The Holy Spirit leads me to digest in the trajectory that got me to this point and to understand things a little bit better. And of course, a lot of us make mistakes based on the things that we do not know, and the consequences are usually quite grave because, first of all, the devil and the demons, they don't play fair. If you give them just a little bit, they take a mile, right? And you might not even know that you gave them access, right? A lot of you guys that follow Shauna know this. Like that thing where she talks about a contract. The devil had a contract to go and create havoc in her life in terms of her child and her husband in the past. And this was because she was no longer having the full protection of God. Something similar, it turns out, has happened to me. Of course, not as drastic, but I don't know. It's pretty. For me, it was a shock. Back in the day, I used to go to meditation retreats, Buddhist meditation retreats, and there's a lot of interlink between meditative practice and, say, even yoga. The only thing is that yoga incorporates a lot of deity worship, or originates from a religion that worships deities. Well, the Buddhists don't do that, but probably the end result is pretty much the same because all that doesn't matter. It's still the fallen kingdom and blah 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 blah, demons and devil. So then probably this type of so anyways, so when you do these things, you can expose your body to demonic entry. Now, I used to kind of think that all demonic entry was or demons residing in you would be just like that movie Exorcist, and maybe it's true, maybe there is that level as well. But when I was reading more about, say, what Derek Prince was talking about, and God led me to Derek Prince Ministries pretty early after my conversion. So he said, study what Derek Prince is talking about because it'll help you understand what you'll be going through. So I did. And according to Derek Prince, his experience was that it was quite common to have demonic souls or demonic spirits residing in your body, and you wouldn't actually kind of look it, you'd look pretty normal. And this could even happen to Christians, according to Derek Prince. So a few months ago, when I was praying, you see, the guy that baptized me, that I got the first sort of Christian I made friends with outside of my sudden conversion, was a pastor, and he was ordained by Derek Prince. To see, God works in these crazy interlinks, and he always does things in this majestic manner. And so after knowing him, getting to talk to him a little bit, I had to move to another city. And yeah, and then a few months ago, as I was in prayer, God tells me, Eric, I need you to go talk to Jay, your pastor. Go talk to Jay and ask him to extract these devils out of your body. And I was like, what? Devils out of my body? I don't have devils in my body. And he said, nah, you do, right? You got to get them out. And I was like shocked. I mean, my pride, my ego was like, nah. And I felt really sad. Like, what? Like, I don't have devils. What are you talking about? You know, like, and then I said, God, why can't you just get them out right now? You know, I got a little bit like upset, you know. And he's like, go talk to Jay about getting them out. And I was like, oh no, you know, like I'm not, that's not me, you know. I mean, I'd always seen like these videos of people on videos getting like demons pulled out of them, and I used to be like, fake, you know. And of course, God, He rubs your face in your old pride, you know, like you gotta work. He works with you on that. You can't have pride. So then I'm like, but then he's like, okay, don't worry, Eric, because it's actually kind of common. It's not that, it's bad, but it's quite common. So he said, don't worry. And I kind of put it off. I didn't want to deal with it, right? So I was like, you know, and in denial. And then weeks go by. And then now, after Easter, a few more weeks go by, and then probably about 2 weeks ago now, about 2 weeks ago, about a week ago, I had a dream, or less than a week ago, I had a dream, and this is a dream that God gave me, allowed me to have, so that I would start dealing with this, that He put on my agenda, and I've been putting it off. And in my dream, I was actually talking to my pastor Jay, and he's like, and you know, because it's a dream, it just jumps right into things, and he starts like pulling like commanding this demon to get out of my body, and then I can feel it coming up my throat, from my stomach into my throat, and then I'm like, bah! And I just like puke out all this puke, and then the devil comes out, and then it's like, wow, right? And then I feel like exhausted, and the dream ends. And I'm like, oh man, here we are. This is God usually telling me to, you know, do what He told me to do. And I was like, oh, but you know, God said it was kind of normal, and you know, it's maybe not that big of a deal. And then last night, or actually this morning, after my morning prayer, I went back to sleep, and just before I fell asleep, I heard God started playing a song for me. And then as he's playing the song, he starts in the song. He starts telling me that I need to focus on getting these devils out. And as I'm lying in my bed, I can feel like something coming up my throat, like something like scratching and grabbing and sort of coming up my throat. And I was like, oh man, God, can't you just get him out right now? Can't you just get him out right now? And he's like, go talk to Jay. Jay will get him out for you. And so I was like, okay, when I wake up, I'm going to remember to get a hold of him, and we'll see where it goes from there. And again, he's Derek Prince ordained, which means he's probably quite used to this kind of thing, because Derek Prince is all about that, like getting demons out of people and stuff. And God had me learn about Derek Prince Ministries reasonably early, and he wrote these books about being a prayer warrior and stuff. So for you guys that aren't familiar with him, I highly recommend Googling him a little bit, maybe get a couple of his audio books, listen to him. And it's like a gold mine of info. So I'll keep you guys posted on how it goes. I just emailed Jay. I'm waiting on a reply. We'll see how it goes. So, and then of course God said go make a video about this, which is again, I was like, but that seems so private. And he's like, just make a video about it anyways. It's good for the guys. There's another video I'm gonna make today. So I figure, I don't try to space out my videos. I just pump them out as they come. So there's another video about earlier. God showed me in a dream who the Antichrist was. He verified. So it's the one that you probably think it is. Here's a hint. It's correlated with the number 44. So I'll make a separate video about that. I'll explain the dream for you guys. Okay, guys. Hope everyone is having a wonderful time, staying strong, prayed up, as they say. Igniting the rocket fuel, staying boiling hot, because nothing less than boiling hot is going to be good enough, right? And we're at the final, what do they call it, the home stretch. So time to, if you've been sort of walking around with your shoelaces half tied on and not really there, well, you're giving a little bit now to put on the sprint, and it'll pay off real well. If you guys have been on the long haul but you might have stumbled a little towards the end, well, catch your second wind, take a couple deep breaths, bring it up, let's go. It'll be well worth it in the end. Alright, guys, I'll keep you posted. Bye.